Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Philip Niedermair. I have the privilege of being chairman of the Technology Advancement Center over in Palm Beach, where we have a great facility, and I'm interested to share that with you. I was also currently on the Solarium Commission, just for background. 10 years ago, Joe Billingsley, who you may know is the founder of this esteemed organization, showed me a white paper at the opening of the Army Cyber Institute on the MCP. And here we are 10 years later. Out of that connectivity, I also was exposed to our desperate need for an enlarged workforce in cybersecurity through ABU, the things I was working with Jim Hernandez. So we created a company, mainly Gabe, Carly, the whole team, that will provide entry-level cybersecurity and make it hands-on so that they can engage in careers and not just pass tests. And we built it, and it is doing a great job. We road tested with thousands of students. We've had soft audit from major companies that are part of our network of major primes in the nation, not the name of who, but trust me, this is good. And they validated our thesis that this is a great training ground. Gabe's going to give you a quick overview on how you can engage with us and how you can benefit from the road work we've already done. Thank you for your time today. Gabe?
Thank you, Philip. Very, very important person. So it's great that to have an intro from him. Guys, everybody here is interested in cyber, right? Are most of us active duty? Most of us, or some active duty? Okay, we got some transitioners, and then probably some civilians too, yeah? So what we do better than anybody else in the country is we help put people in frontline cybersecurity roles. So my goal for the next 10 minutes is to tell you what the major career paths are, and then to tell you what employers are looking for, especially in the private sector, in those frontline career paths. Cool? So this is a visual of the cybersecurity pyramid. There are 3 lines you can see, front line, okay? There is no entry level, that's key. You have to bring things to cyber. You can't walk off the street like you can if you want a job at Walmart or Dairy Queen. Okay? You've got to have, and we can talk more about it, credentials and hands-on experience. Okay, these roles here, everyone's heard about the cyber gap. I can show you cyberseek.org, which crawls all of the open positions in the United States. There's 448,000 today. Okay, now, of those 448,000, not all of them are at the front line. Okay, and so what we do as America's largest career school is we help people get exactly what they need to get paid. You can spend 2, 4, 6, 8 years, you can get PhDs, you're never going to figure all cyber out. There's always going to be continual learning required, but what we want to do is help you get paid and then transfer the responsibility of your continued education from your pocket to your employer's pocket through continuing ed. And so to do that, okay, we target not entering here at the specialist level or executive, but we target helping people get started on the front line. Now, 448,000 jobs open, okay, let's call it like 75% of them are really serious, active hiring, and then 25% of those are real, true front line. So where's your best opportunity? Where's the demand, okay? I'll tell you, ethical hacking, pen testing, that's not where the jobs are. Really cool to be white hat, really cool to be offense, okay? But that's not how we attack it. And I would advise, that's not, unless you've already decided that's what you're gonna do, you'll end up there. But I would advise that take the route to getting paid and then move into a position that really is your specialty. So what we see is just like any industry, you have your frontline workers that do all of the analytical work. Okay, you do all the analytical work, and then you have your 3 to 5 year plan. That's your specialties. These are the compensation ranges. You'll see if you've got clearance, you can add 10 or 15 grand to any of these numbers, but in any case, they're accretive. The median individual income for a person in the United States is $48,000. You come in entry-level cyber, blue team, you're a SOC analyst, InfoSec analyst, you're more than that, and a lot of people start at 6 figures, especially military transitioners. So, what happens in the specialty role? Okay, what happens in the specialty role? You see 5 different specialty types. You have architecture, you have security engineering and asset security, you have incident response, policy, and audit. Now there are some other things like sales and HR, but this is the main like in-house positions. So you're here. What do these guys do? These guys create the defense architecture. Just like you have buildings for physical defense, same thing happens in cybersecurity. Layered defense. These are tools. I'm going to show you these. Security engineering and asset management. These are the people that create the leverage for an organization. Okay? I'm going to show you a network log. There's no way any one of us individually or any team of us can possibly investigate, identify, detect, and classify all of the cyber attacks from just raw network traffic. So you got to create rules that say, hey, these are the ones that seem dangerous. We need a human to investigate those. Detection engineers, security engineers do these. Then you have your SWAT team, is what I like to call them, incident response. These are like the people that have ice in their veins, that actually something happens, it's a confirmed attack, it's got severity. Then those people are getting to the indicators of compromise, they're getting to the root cause, they're quarantining it, they're mitigating it, they're taking the actions. Policy, so you've got regulations, you've got personal identifying information, more and more regulatory constraints. Policy people help teams work together, comply with regulators, comply with policies. Finally, you have audit, external people that come into an organization to make sure those regulations and policies are being followed. So all of these positions, what do they have in common? Number one, they get paid well. But number two, they're all dependent on one thing. And that's the security analyst work tickets. That's the work product of cybersecurity. Okay? No matter how far up a chain goes, everything hits that front layer, that security analyst layer. And that's why, number one, there are jobs in those entry-level positions. And number two, why if you want a career as a specialist, or if you want a career as an executive, you need to cut your teeth in the SOC. You need to get hands-on experience. The best thing I've heard about becoming an executive in a cybersecurity organization is you need to be a jack of all trades. Anybody play cards? You have jack, queen, king. So jack's not the best card, but it's a good card. So a jack of all trades, architecture, engineering, incident response, policy, and a master of one. So you gotta be something that you're really bringing and leading. If you're going to be an executive, you gotta have jack of all trades. All these are technical positions. How are you going to get the technical experience without starting in the SOC? That's what our mission is to get people their first access to the SOC. You got to find a way to get it. Certs are important, but you've got to find a way to get hands-on experience in the SOC. So I'll show you a little bit about what live traffic looks like if we want to see it. But the main thing is that's the big picture. Okay, what I encourage people is this is your when you do transition, if you've transitioned already, this is your 6-month plan. You can get here in 6 months. Okay, a lot of people we help get there in 12 weeks. You get there in 6 months, and then this is your 3 to 5 year plan. You become a specialist, 3 to 5 years. You can stay there for 10. You can stay there for less, but this is so achievable. Why? Because cyber's growing. Organizations don't have cyber figured out for themselves. It's not like healthcare or plumbing or any of these unionized things that don't have any opportunity for growth. There's no chaos there. There's a whole lot of opportunity in cyber, and getting the hands-on experience is really how to get started. So what does it really take? Now, if you're someone here and you have TS/SCI, polygraph, like, you're going to be fine. But for what we say conceptually is there are 2 things that are required to be hired. And this is the same formula if you want to be a dentist, if you want to be an airplane pilot, if you want to be a veterinarian. You need a certifying body saying that you know your stuff, and you need practical experience. Some industries call this an externship. Some industries call it residency, okay? But you've got to get your hands on tools, on logs, on alerts, and you've got to do tickets. That's the key part. This combination, no matter the bachelor's degree or not, no matter prior work experience or not, We have the privilege of seeing more people in their first job than any other organization in the country. We can show you these people's profiles on LinkedIn. Every race, every native language, every age. This combination is the combination that employers respond to. So certification-wise, CompTIA Security Plus, okay, a lot of you guys will know from DoD 8140, 8570. That's the most known, most recognized frontline certification. There are others that also will qualify you to check that box. CISA Plus, Pentest Plus, ISC Squared, Certified in Cyber is a new one, but it's substantive, it's credible, and then EC Council Certified Ethical Hacker. Now, why are these certifications important, okay? Because a lot of times you have segmented duties. You've got big companies, big organizations, big agencies. They've got an HR department that's not technical. They're not going to get in a call with you and show you alerts from their dashboard, their tools. They don't know how to ask those questions. So they're relying on certification to check the box first. So you've got to get certified. Now, the bachelor's degree requirement, okay, this is, we estimate that 25% of frontline cyber jobs have a bachelor's degree requirement. That's decreased from 40% 6 years ago. That's a fast decline. You've got the National Cyber Director, Harry Coker, encouraging government agencies and contractors to go away with the bachelor degree requirement at the entry level entirely. So, how do you think about cyber? Is it more like being a dentist where you need to get a bachelor's degree and go to dental school? Or is it more like being an electrician where you don't have to get a bachelor's degree, you just have to really know your stuff and have hands-on experience? We believe that the future is more like the electrician, where you don't need the bachelor's degree to get the job. We've proven it, but what you do have to have is the same thing that any trade school has, is a way to get knowledge, credentials, and hands-on experience. Anybody have questions on the core requirements at the front line so far? No questions? Okay, so winding down here, basically the two potential action steps for you here today is we work with Army CA, we work with lots of different active duty programs so that you can use the funding that's available to you to get Security Plus certified. That's 50% of what you need. Okay, and we do it for 80% versus what other industry people do it for. It's instructor led. It's 3 times a week. All you need is a computer, Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 7 to 10, and Saturdays. 8 weeks, we have a 90+% pass. It's $500. Okay, so that's what we say. Hey, that's not a misprint. You can go. I've showed, and I'm going to give you a chance to get these slides here. But this is a way. Why do we do this? Okay, we do this because psychologically, it's hard to imagine yourself in cyber without having a certification. Security Plus is a big barrier to overcome. A lot of people start with video training, but then they stop and they think they don't have the aptitude or something to get. It's not true. It's not true. What you need is the same thing that any of us need. Being in person or having a structure, having a community, and then getting things delivered exactly to you. Last thing I'll say, and we'll wrap it up. For those of you that are transitioning, we have what I think is the coolest skill bridge program. And the reason it's cool is because you get our SOC training, which spans email, ticketing, XDR, and SIEM. Okay? 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's outside of your normal business hours. So you can be at Booz Allen 9 to 5. Okay, totally like you're working and you're doing Booz Allen stuff. And then 7 to 10, Tuesday, Thursday, and then on Saturdays, you're getting SOC experience. So you're increasing your value, not just to Booz Allen because you can do more things while you're there, but you're also securing your future because you've got the hands-on experience that if it's not Booz Allen or contractor or agency X or Y, it'll be somebody else. So we have opportunity to talk and we can help when your time comes too. Last thing, if you text this this keyword to this phone number, then you're going to get basically a choice to choose Security Plus video training or Python video training free. To your email, you'll have it in 24 hours. There's no strings attached. This is just our way of giving you something to get started. Any questions from anyone on any particulars or otherwise?
Can I make one tiny comment?
Yes, sir.
This is about the mission. We didn't start this business with an economic reward in mind. We started this business to deliver a capability to the nation at scale. And we're building a community of cybersecurity people who are committed to the mission and giving them the best training available at the best cost.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
And on that, let's give Gabe and Philip a round of applause.
Thanks, everybody.